Whew, okay, here we are, Studio Sweat vlog. I made it from my hair appointment in time.
And it looks good.
Thank you. Can you tell I just got it done? Trish, by the way, at Refreshology does my hair, you guys. Anyways, so let's get straight, I'm ready to get straight to it.
Let's go.
Okay, question of the week. And we have a lot of questions so that came in, so if we don't get to your question this week, we'll probably get to it in a future vlog, so be patient. Okay?
So be patient.
Be patient. We're going to go with Janet Juritsma, and she is from Beamsville, Ontario. Have you heard of that, eh?
Oh, geez, eh? That's up in Canada.
You're around Canadian, so you can do
sure
that
am.
accent.
All day, every day.
Oh, wow. Okay, good one.
All night.
Okay, sweet. Okay, my question is for Kat. When doing the spinning classes, how do I know what tension I should be on? I know when I'm told to increase tension, but what should the tension be that I start with? Love the classes, by the way. Only 3 weeks in. Can never imagine life without it. Okay.
Oh.
Right? So super sweet. Okay, so here's the answer.
Okay.
To your question. There is no clear-cut answer.
No.
You always want to ride with some resistance. Hopefully your instructor will guide you. If you feel like there's any slack in the pedal stroke at all, you have probably zero resistance on. So make sure that you feel tension. On the bikes that we have here in the studio, there's a brake pad that pushes down on the flywheel, and that's what creates the tension. The harder the brake pad pushes on the flywheel, the more challenging it is. But the cadence and the resistance have to work, or tension, have to work together. So what you really want to look at is intensity level. A lot of instructors will use two different scales that mean the same thing. Perceived exertion on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard are you working? 1, I could do this all day long. 10, I'm about to vomit, I can no longer continue, okay? And then percentages go along with that. So if your instructor says you should feel at this cadence and this level of resistance like you're working at about 75%, your max, that's gonna be the 7.5 on that scale. 7.5 is no joke. A lot of people think that that's recovery. If your instructor says you should be working at a 7.5 or 75%, that's fat burning zone. You're working pretty hard. You should be breathy, but you shouldn't be gasping or anything like that for air. So you have to look at the cadence and the direction given to you by the instructor. If you're told to add a gear, that generally just means one level harder for you. So it depends on the bikes that you're using. Sometimes we'll specifically call out a quarter right because with our gear, you turn a knob, and a quarter right is approximately one level harder for most people, but not all. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more.
And each bike is different too. So like sometimes a quarter on one bike feels like a half a turn.
Absolutely.
So you got to kind of gauge your bike too. But I would also tell her to maybe watch our cadence and try to match it. I tell people that a lot too. If we're in a climb and I want
that's
them
what I was trying to say.
to kind of push themselves, but they can't seem to kind of get there, I'll tell people specifically, look at my legs, look at my feet, match my pace. So your pedal stroke for pedal stroke with me.
Exactly.
And I'll tell the class, like, this is no joke. I want you at an 8 out of 10. Because honestly, I feel like here, if we're at like a 1 or a 2 or below anything like that, that could be me just pushing on the pedal and walking away from the bike. Like, we ride with resistance on even our flat road.
Yeah.
It's a still, there's
never
got to be a
true
push
flat,
and a pull.
right?
No.
There's never a true flat.
It's a working flat.
Yeah, which means you're at, basically a base is going to be like on that scale of 1 to 10, you feel like you're working at a 6. And again, what level of resistance you have on depends on your cadence, okay? So if you're going really, really fast, your resistance is going to be lighter. So that, you'll have to put the two things together to figure out what works for you.
And
okay?
honestly, if you're 3 weeks in, you're still figuring it out.
Yeah.
And you'll get there.
Give yourself a little bit of time. But do we ever ride with no resistance? Never.
It's not good for you.
Ever ride with no resistance. Okay. All right. So hopefully that sort of answers your question. So trainer tip of the week is also a question that we get from people all the time. What kind of cycling shoes do you recommend? So there aren't shoes that are specific to spinning, you guys. The same shoes that we wear on the spin bikes are the same shoes that people wear outdoors as well, road bike, mountain bike riding as well. But for the classes that we offer, we do get on and off the bike quite a bit with spin sculpts and stuff like that. So we always suggest to our clients that take spin sculpt, spin core, any of those classes, that you get a mountain biking shoe. And the mountain biking shoes actually can flex where a road bike shoe is super solid on the bottom and there's no bend, okay? So this is called the Crossroad. It's a Pearl Izumi shoe that's X-Road, but you can get anything similar to that. And you can see
you like signed that.
I did. Yeah, I totally did.
That's good.
So you can see that the cleat is flush, also inset, whereas some of the cleats stick out, and then you can't do a lot of the things that we like to do. Like,
well, you can, but it's really hard because you're balancing on your heel in the clip.
yeah, it's not fun. You can't jump without worrying about rolling your ankle. So get the inset cleat, and this is an SPD cleat, which is a pretty universal cleat that goes into most clips, but you have to look at the clips that are on your bike and make sure that you get the right cleat for that. So anyways, those are the type of shoes that we recommend. I hope that helps. Bethany, what releases do we have? I know. Snappy. Wow. What releases are coming out this week?
This week, Sunday, Mike is coming out with a downloadable road fit class.
Oh, it's our first one, you guys.
Yes,
our first
and you guys have been
class.
asking for it, so there you go.
Yeah, so this class is specially designed for those of you that are road riders or aspiring road riders. So take a look. I'm sure you're going to love it, okay?
Yeah. And then Thursday, Brooke is coming out with a small group training, so you guys have been asking for that too. So go ahead and check that out.
Awesome. So that's kind of like a boot camp type style class where we use weights as well, integrated into the workout.
Fun.
And this is the first one with Brooke, and it goes by.
Really?
Yeah, I think this is Brooke's first small group training. You guys are gonna love it. She's cray cray. Love her. Okay.
She's cray cray.
She totally is. All right, that's all we have for you guys. Have a great week.
Bye.